lesson, we are going to be finding missing dimensions of 3D objects when the volume is given. So our directions ask us to use 3.14 for pi, and if necessary, round our answer to the nearest hundredth. Well, let's identify what our shapes actually are. For the first one, I see that it has a base that's circular, and they are both circular, so I know that this is a cylinder. And when I'm thinking about my formulas for volume, volume is going to be base area times your height. Well, remember, our volume is going to be equal to pi r squared, because that is what the area is for a circle, times the height of the cylinder. All right, well, let's substitute in our numbers that we have. We have 427 and 400ths is equal to, I'm going to put 3.14. My radius is a 4, and we're going to square it. And the height is what we're actually looking for. So now I'm going to just keep bringing down my volume, because in my last step, I'm going to have to do something to that volume. We know we have to go ahead and we have to square the 4 first. So 4 times 4 is 16. So we have 3.14 times 16 times Rx. We're going to multiply these. So again, copying down my volume, and 3.14 times 16 is 50.24, and we have an X. So now the X finally wants to be alone, and we are going to divide both sides by our 50 and 24 hundredths. And so my height, and remember, it's going to be an approximate answer because we used pi, is 8 5/10 feet. And that is the height of our cylinder. When we're looking now at the second one, they gave us the volume. Oh, they even said height of the cone. So they gave us, that's the shape, a cone. But what we don't know is we don't know the formula. Well, the formula for volume is very similar to this, but because this narrows out, our volume is going to be 1/3 the base area times the height of the cone. And again, I see that they're asking us for the height of the cone. Well, we know that it's this dimension because it hits the base at 90 degrees. So I'm going to, again, substitute in volume is equal to, here's my 1/3, but now my base is circular just like this was. So it is pi r squared and h. Now we're finally ready to substitute in our values. So they gave us the volume. It's 15 7/10 is equal to 1/3 times 3.14 they asked us to use. The radius, is a 1. So that's going to be pretty easy. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to multiply. We have to make sure we put our height in for our h. So this is the height of the cone. All right, I'm just bringing my volume down again. And we know 1 squared is just 1. So I am going to go ahead and multiply my 1/3 times 3.14 right here. And I end up with 1.047. And that's rounded because 1/3 is 0.3 repeating. So I just kind of wrote down to my thousandths place there. And now there's my height that we're looking for. We're going to divide both sides by 1.047 because that will give us the height of the cone. So the height of the cone, and remember, it was approximate because pi's approximate, 1/3 we rounded. So the height is approximately, when we do the division, 14.995 is what we end up with our calculator. Well, the directions said, let's round it to the nearest hundredth. So that means I'm going to either leave this a 9 or make it a 0, which would make that a 0. And because there is a 5 there, I am going to go ahead and round up. So my height is equal to 15, and I'm writing 2 zeros here to show someone, again, that's an approximate answer, that I rounded to the nearest hundredth, and it is in feet. So this is my height for the cone, 15 feet. All right, well, for our last one, let's see. I see triangle bases, rectangle faces. Oh, this is a triangular prism. So for a triangular prism, our formula is volume is equal to base area times the height. Well, you're going to say, well, base area, well, here we have our base, and it is a triangle. So volume is equal to, I'm just going to write down the formula, 1/2 base times height, and there is for my triangle. And now this is for the height of my triangular prism. All right, well, they gave us 120 for the volume. And now this is where we're going to start substituting in our values. And it's 100 times, and I'm looking, here's my height. Well, this has an X there. And guess what? Since that X is there, we do not know the base of our triangle. So I'm just going to, I can call it X. I'll leave it there for my letter B. There you go. I'm writing an X. And my height is 4. So this was just for the area of the base. And now the height of my prism is 12. All right, so 120 is equal to, let's simplify this. 1/2 of 4 is 2, so that is 2x, and we're multiplying 2x times 12. Well, we get 120 is equal to, we know 12 times 2 is 24, so it's 24x. We're going to divide both sides by 24. And when we do that, we actually get a number that does not need to be rounded. Our x is equal to 5, and it's 5 yards. And that is the actual base. This answer is the base of the triangle right here. If this video was helpful to you today, please add a like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe for more Math with Marcia. See you again soon.